Today, let's check out 3 beautiful and simple riffs, and we'll start from the hardest version and work our way down to the simplest. Hi there, I'm Kylie and I love sharing easy tips and tricks to inspire you to learn the love of music. Please subscribe if you haven't already, as this will really help me out, and a thumbs up is the best compliment you can give. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start with our first pattern down on a low D in our left hand. Let's play from our D upper 5th, then to our 10th, 9th and 12th. Now this is the hardest option that I'll show you today, so if it's a bit too tricky, then just have a watch and we'll come to a simpler option for you shortly. So just watch here that we swing our wrist and don't hold our pinky on. We want to swing to our 2 finger and then let our hand pivot up to our thumb up at the top. Then we do the same pattern up from our C bass note. 1, 5, 10, 9, 12. The next patterns, we step down to a flattened 6 onto the B flat and same scale degrees again. 1, 5, 10, 9, 12. Then we'll follow the B flat with 2 options. The first time, let's go back up to the C pattern, do the same thing again. 1, 5, 10, 9, 12. The second time that we do the whole progression, let's end on a G pattern. So down to a 4th chord on G minor. G is 1 and then up to 5. 10 is across to our B flat. So just pivot over to there, then 9, then 12. So let's add in some right hand over the top of this. And the right hand pivots with some thirds down to our thumb. Once again, remember this is the hardest option, so if it's too tricky, we'll get to a simpler pattern in a moment for you. So we're going to go up these high thirds here in your right hand. So you can play these with any fingers, and we'll step up and down from the thirds. Then slip a little thumb in between down onto the A note. Then that pattern's going to step down and do the same thing with C in the middle of our hand. Then step down again, and we're going to do the same with B flat in the middle of the notes. So just be mindful of rocking there back and forwards to your thumb. So we're going from the bottom of our hand to the top of our hand, so we have that rotation action like we've talked about before. And I'll pop a link down below if you want to follow up a bit more of that rotation movement so that you don't get too tight in your wrist. The final pattern in the right hand, whether we are going to the C as our 4th chord or our G minor that I mentioned was the second time around, let's play a little pattern up here that matches both the G pattern or the C pattern. So rocking from your pinky down to your thumb and keep rocking back to the top of the hand, bottom of the hand, and so on. Now, as we put it together, the left hand's actually going to start us off. We want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then both hands are going to play together on that last note in the left hand. That happens the same way with the left hand leading in every pattern that we go through today. Now let's put that all together for a run. Then the second time through, we'll then go down to the G minor this time. Okay, on to our second version, which is a step simpler again. Let's start down on our D pattern again, and we will try and get this 10th pattern swinging in our left hand. So start on your pinky, up to your 5th, 10th, 9, thumb stretching up. Instead of the right hand having the thumb as well, we're just going to do the thirds at the top. So you can step those up in your fingers and back down again, or we can just keep our 2 and 4, for example, and just float our whole hand up and down. Here we go. When it's the D pattern in our left hand, we'll have the thirds on the D in the right hand, stepping up and stepping down. Here we go. Okay, so let's put it all together. Now let's go to our simplest version today, and if you're a brand new beginner, then give this one a go. Let's go from our D, swivel on our A, and stretch all the way up to our thumb. Make sure that you let your pinky and your two go as you play the next note, because we don't want to hold on there and create lots of tension through our hand. So let each note go and pretend you're like passing a ball onto the next finger and onto the next finger again. So our rhythm for the simplest version is going to go walking, wait, wait for two. Ready, and. Then we do it all again. So go from the D pattern again, hold for two with that thumb, C pattern, hold for two, B flat pattern, hold for two, and then down to the G. To finish, this one is going to go up and bring our thumb to the flat there. In answer to our little left hand riff, our right hand can just do that melody that we heard from the start. Here we go. And you'll note here that your thumb gets to the F in the left hand, and then your melody note starts on an F in your right hand as well. So start on your D, but then look out for your Fs. So let's have a run now and put those all together. It's going to sound very beautiful, and have a go at the level that you think you'll be most comfortable with, and then see if you can step it up as well and give yourself a little bit of a challenge. So I hope that you can enjoy playing with those ideas today. Mix them around and create your own beautiful improvisation too. And I make lots of other videos on improvisation and tips and tricks as well. So check those out if you're interested, and happy music making. Ta-da!